It's your bro God, King of High Yourself, aka Aladdin. First off, I want to start off with these astrology narratives that people have and why it's causing confusion and how they're somewhat false, right? So let's start with retrograde. Now, retrograde means backwards. It means that, like when we say Mercury retrograde, it means that Mercury, if you have a telescope and you're looking at Mercury, it's appearing to be moving in an opposite direction of the orbit of the natural direction, the clockwise direction that most of the luminaries and planets go in, right? So that's all that retrograde means. Now, when people be like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde or all this retrograde, and they automatically blame their issues on that, that's where it gets tricky and it's a false narrative. Stop blaming your problems on retrograde. Why do I say that? Because when you go through a problem, usually what do you have to do? You have to backtrack your way. If you lose something, you have to backtrack to find what you lost. You know what I'm saying? So backtracking or something going backwards or going back isn't always bad. You know what I'm saying? And also, a lot of you might have been even born with a retrograde in your natal chart. Okay? So you don't even know that this retrograde energy might be going in your favor if you understand how to utilize the energy instead of just automatically blaming the universe for your problems. Second, y'all caught up in sun worship a little bit, and it's the way that they teach astrology in society and in mainstream. What do I mean by that? Most of y'all know y'all sun sign. Y'all know, like, most people born between May is Taurus or Gemini, right? But you have a moon sign, you have ascendant sign, you have a Mercury sign, you have a Venus sign, Jupiter, Saturn, etc., right? So when you're like, oh, I hate this sign or I hate that sign, it might be due to your internal natal chart, meaning your moon sign might not get along with a certain sign, or your rising might not get along with a certain sign, right? But that don't mean it's the individual that has that same sun sign. So what do I mean? If I'm a Cancer and I meet an Aries, that's a square energy, meaning they're at a 90-degree angle of each other. Yet, that does not mean that I can't get along with an Aries due to the fact it might be some things that I relate to due to me being a moon Aries. You get what I'm saying? My moon sign is Aries. But not every Aries I can get along with due to certain energies. Or same with Capricorns, right? Because they're the opposite sign of Cancer. Yet that opposite doesn't mean bad either. That opposites attract, but also, so like most of the time when someone's the opposite sign of you, you're either gonna have a real dope ass connection to them or it's gonna be a bad connection. It's not automatic good or bad. You know what I'm saying? So these are just the narratives that we got to be aware of, because a lot of people just be saying stuff, don't even know they sun sign, don't even know they moon sign and all their Venus sign and none of that. Don't know how much of that could be playing a part in your whole attraction to some other signs. So just because someone's a certain sign does not automatically mean that they are not meant to be fucked with based on your sign or based on what you experience. You see what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about. So just keep this in mind. One, retrogrades aren't automatically bad. Stop blaming the shit you're going through on retrograde, especially Mercury retrograde. Some of you might have been born with a retrograde. Two, stop saying you don't get along with certain signs when you might not be getting along with a certain energy based upon that sign, or based upon their moon sign, or based upon whatever else is in their chart and what's in your chart. Because you can meet someone that has the sign you think you don't get along with and the energy's dope based on what's in their chart and based on what's in your chart. But I'll holla at y'all. Peace and love.